The most valuable thing I took away from the first day of the 5-day challenge with Jessica Crane is maybe a more in-depth understanding of my clients' internal and external pain points so that I can create more bespoke offers and solve those problems before they arise.
My biggest takeaway from day one, salon owners get more clients, is that to attract what you want, you need to be what you want.
The biggest thing that I've taken home today is be the ideal client that you want to attract.
That I need to be more consistent and need to know my ideal client much more thoroughly.
We need to make our faces more present on our social media. So today we've already started putting that in practice. We have got the girls to do their go-to products.
My biggest takeaway was that the offer doesn't mean discount.
Not to discount white space with the stylists.
Definitely not to discount white space when you get quiet. And also to be the kind of client that you want to have come into the salon.
I would say my biggest takeaway from this evening's studying is that I'm not visible enough in my business, which some of you may already realise. I suppose I knew in the back of my head that was true. So I'm going to work on that. And I'm also updating my social media. I'm letting my clients know and my friends know this is the situation, so you can also hold me accountable.
My biggest takeaway has been the fact that if you're the best, no one will expect you to be the cheapest. And if you're the cheapest, no one will expect you're the best. I've just done day 2 of Jessica's 5-day challenge, and the biggest aha moment was, I love the principles of persuasion, especially the part where you're separating yourself from the competition and allowing the competition to fight over the free people. I absolutely love that part.
What I took away from this day was the 4th principle of persuasion, which was results focused. So to focus on the client's core desire.
This great quote: if you can't market what you do well to the people you are called to serve, no matter how talented you are, you will remain the best kept secret.
Not the most talented people are the most successful, but the most successful people are the ones who are able to market their business well.
Social media is the platform you do not own. You can lose your audience in 1 minute, so the smart move would be to move those contacts into your email list and collect your email data in the platform you own.
My biggest takeaway moment is adding value to a service rather than a discount.
That I have all this information stored in my brain and it's actually me that's holding me back. I'm not processing it. I need to work out what that block is for me into marketing myself, knowing that what we offer is of good value to the client, and how to basically relate that back to the customer to turn that back into bookings rather than just posting for the sake of thinking that's actually going to help. I need to be more direct. I need to be more specific. And I need to be more consistent.
I had to go over day 2 a few times because there were so many things that popped up for me. The biggest thing that I kind of took away from day 2 was that I had a bit of a reality check on where I am exactly in my business, and also it showed me what I still have to do to get where I want to be.
I've literally had another aha moment. I'm doing my transformation, and literally I've written the statement out and I've changed it about 3 times, and I'm so happy with it now finally. So it's exciting me, and I'm going to reword it better and then put it out to the team. But really, I've learned actually the process before is more important than the during if you want to create a good after. That's my mindset. And with the follow-up of making the client feel like we care about them, basically, it's about the frustrations that they have about not being listened to. That's my angle that I'm going to go for. And where we are with our consultation program. So, yeah, actually really pleased with my mindset today and how much I'm taking in and understanding. So thank you. My biggest aha moment I've written down: hook. go for the pain point. Make sure you've got relatability. Make sure you tell a story. Make sure you use an emotional drive. Make sure you show some credibility. You've got to show a plan. You've got to strategize, and you've got to explain the end result. And then you've created the desire. You've got to the point, and then you can stack and make sure they feel that they are getting a really good value for the price. Maybe don't even ask for the money. Send an application form so it feels like it's a little bit more exclusive. Sold.
My biggest takeaway was definitely about subscriptions, and to focus on kind of how you advertise your subscriptions and the way that you can advertise them to make them most appealing for the client to get that kind of revenue on the first of every month, which is definitely something that I'm going to look into and do a lot more work on.
I think I just got more inspiration for how to create better offers and subscriptions and memberships, and also how to word them better to attract my ideal clients.
I have learned how to put a premium offer together.
I came away with so many ideas for monthly memberships.
My biggest takeaway moment or aha moment was the hook story offer, learning how to appeal to a client's desires and also their emotional side to hook them in to a stacking offer, and giving them a good maintenance plan, offering them ongoing advice, and giving them everything they need and want.
In order to market well, you need to create a strategy where you'll be creating a content addressed to your ideal customers, and that's the way you'll be collecting emails and grow your mailing list that you will be working with.
I learned how to do a premium offer, so I'm going to have a chat with my team tomorrow, see what we can put together. I suppose that was my aha moment. Better get on with the dog walk now. Have a good evening.
I feel super inspired and ready to put some ideas into action.
The most valuable thing I took away from day 4 was that I need to focus on the gaps in my knowledge, limiting me from moving forward in my business, and to figure out how I'm going to gain those skills to move the business forward.
The biggest takeaway moment or aha moment was set the foundations, make sure you have bespoke pricing, and scale up that way. Otherwise, you can scale up as much as you like, but you still won't make a profit. So make sure you set your prices properly before you start to scale up.
Making sure every service is charged correctly so we are making a profit.
Now, this was a big one. So, your biggest business expense, everything you don't currently know how to do or achieve, is everything stopping you from reaching the next level of success. To get where you are to where you want to be is basically just a gap in your knowledge.
On the last day of the Salon Owners 5-Day Challenge, my biggest takeaway was Jessica's financial turnaround strategy and her ability to talk about money beliefs.
Making sure I've got a buffer, and also making sure that the business draws profit without me being there.
Today, my biggest takeaway moment or aha moment was the bucket. The bucket for yesterday, the bucket for today, and the bucket for tomorrow. Really, really important that you sort out your previous finances before you can move forward. Always look to the future, and always save money for your buffer, and always have a buffer. In that way, you can invest in anything that you want if you have a buffer and you have savings. So thank you, Jessica. I will be implementing that, looking at building my buffer and looking to invest in the future for sure. I would recommend this 5-day challenge course to change your mindset, to help you grow, and also to have somebody and others to be able to talk to about your business who know about the industry. Jessica is very specialist. She knows about the industry. She knows how the industry works because it's very different to any other industry. So if you are struggling in your business, like I was, and I'm definitely improving every single day by all the tips that Jessica and the team have given me.
It's been great, it's been fun, and I'm going to miss it. But what I've learned today was very interesting. If I could just stick to my profit equation, if I could stop spending and therefore investing, then it would only be about a year before I'd actually have the money to be able to put down on a property in Ibiza. That then becomes an asset because I could live there 6 months of the year, use Airbnb to rent the rest of the time, and therefore making more money again, some more income. So that was really interesting. I would really recommend doing this course. I mean, I've been open 5 years and I've learned so much this week. I think we should continually learn as salon owners, and this 5-day challenge has been excellent.
Wow, so much from this one. It was amazing, and you know, all this kind of stuff is exactly why we have Jessica Crane as a coach. We've done Systemize and Mastermind, and you know, this type of stuff absolutely blows my mind every single time that I hear it. Specifically how, I wrote some notes, different levels you play in the business have a direct correlation of your cash flow. You know, the difference between a good cash flow and an excellent cash flow, and how you can go from service provider to manager to salon owner to entrepreneur. And I can also see how we're moving from service to provider, moving from management into the salon owner and entrepreneur role. But I can also see where sometimes we might step back into the roles, and also see how that has a negative effect on the cash flow. So yeah, it's good to see that you're moving forward, but also to spot when you can accidentally move backwards as well, and how that would have an effect from an excellent cash flow into a good cash flow or even a poor cash flow. The other aha moment was the buckets and how to eliminate yesterday's bucket to build on today's bucket, and then obviously focus on your future buckets. Which again, it's not the first time I've heard this with Jessica, and it's not the first time she's showed us this, but it is always good to kind of look back on it and realise what you're doing and remember why you're doing it. And then the difference between spending and investing, again, it's not the first time that we've heard this, it's not the first time that we've looked into this with Jessica, and I can really see the difference in how we spend and invest now compared to how we used to before we started Systemize and before we started the Mastermind. And I do see now that we spend more on investments, so things like our own education, gaps in our knowledge and skills, but also diversifying the business to generate more revenues of income for tomorrow's bucket. So I thought the whole thing was absolutely fantastic. The full 5 days was brilliant. If anybody's thinking about joining this, I highly recommend. You know, 5 days, it goes really, really fast, and there's so much in there. It's really, really good value.
I would highly recommend the 5-day challenge. What you learn over the 5 days, the tools and knowledge Jessica gives you to deliver into your business and work on your business, is something that you can always keep going back to. So to me, it's priceless.